Hey guys, what's going down? Zilla here, bringing you my second stage to my three-part series. This episode, or stage, is about map knowledge and how you should use it to your advantage and what you can do to improve your map knowledge. But before I talk about that, I just want to quickly run through some thoughts for my channel, a bit of a channel update, and sort of the ideas I had planned for sort of next month, really, of the channel. And really what you guys sort of might want to see. So I'll run through a few ideas and see what the response is from it. First up is class setup videos and my combat record for when I hit Prestige Master, which hopefully by, I don't know, I'd say Monday. Hopefully by Monday I should be Prestige Master. So not as quick as some, but got there quite quick. And so yeah, if you wanna see my combat record for Prestige Master, then leave a comment asking for it, and I'll try and upload a video on that. Class setups. I had a kind of series in mind for doing different class setups for different types of players, and obviously your class is going to be dependent on how you play. Someone can't make a class for you because you'll play with a class. Oh, what am I trying to say here? If you'll make a class that you're comfortable with and you'll do well with it, but if someone else makes you a class and you're not comfortable with it, you're not going to do well. So you can adapt them, but I'll give you a sort of like a sort of bare bone structure as to what would make a good class for what sort of player. So I was thinking of that for maybe after this series. Hardpoint tips and tricks, because obviously that's the game mode I play. So tips and tricks I use, sort of how to get high scoring gameplays in it. What you can do to sort of the most effective way to rank up in Hardpoint, and how to play the objective to the absolute maximum. How to get 100+ games. I could do this and sort of make it apply to most game modes, I suppose. It'll work for Ground War and it would work for Domination, Hardpoint, those types of games. Obviously things like TDM you're not going to get 100 kills because it's only a 75 score limit. And Kill Confirmed as well. Actually, it might work for Kill Confirmed. I've got 100 kills solo gameplay on 100+ Kill Confirmed solo gameplay to upload within next week, which I got today actually, playing solo, Kill Confirmed. So I'll get that up during the week with a commentary. And other than that, really it was sort of how to get high score streaks, how to sort of effectively maximise your sort of objectives potential, and how you can really sort of earn high score streaks off that objective, and the best routes and tactics to get high scoring gameplays, because you don't want to be running through the middle of the map to try and get a 100+. You want to be you don't want to be camping in a corner. You want to be moving. You want to be constantly on the go, but you don't want to. At the same time, you don't want to run straight through the middle of the map. You want to sort of tactically play it, and if you can play it tactically right, then you can get 100+. If you just sort of, once you got the VSAT in the air, you know pretty much where they are, and they can get you to your next sort of set of streaks. So if you play it tactically, sort of the best routes and that to get to people. You don't want to be head on with people too much in this game because it can cause problems with hit detection, what have you. But other than that, I think that was really all I wanted to sort of talk about. That was my kind of plan for the next month for my channel. So if you like any of them ideas, then sort of leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what one you'd like to see most, and I'll get that one up first, and then I'll work from there. But anyway, moving on to the topic of this video, and that is map knowledge. And map knowledge is quite an important one, because you need to know the routes that people can take. You need to know where the spawns are, so that you don't get spawned on, which can happen quite a lot in this game. I'm not saying the spawns are bad. They're not the best, but they're not the worst yet. And and sort of keeping an eye on your sort of mini-map, things like that. Sort of just covering the real basics to sort of map knowledge, and what you can sort of do, the steps to take to improve how well you sort of navigate the map, and how well you sort of evaluate on the spawns and surrounding sort of effects, if you like skulls popping up and stuff like that. Maybe not all to do with map knowledge, but in a nutshell, it'll help you out quite a bit. And here's a nice clip actually. I get and get a 5-man kill feed, and then run up, pick off the second guy, and then get a VSAT really quickly. Actually, I was really chuffed with this. Okay, I get it in about 14 seconds. Yeah, I get the VSAT there. But yeah, map knowledge. What you wanna do is you wanna possibly go into I know I keep bringing up combat training, but combat training honestly is a really good way to sort of evaluate the maps and that, because the robots are obviously not like playing against real life people, but they're going to have the same characteristics as what would happen to a real life like sort of players. So where they spawn is going to be where players online in actual multiplayer will spawn as well. So if you can just put them on recruit, get a VSAT against them, and just ping up the VSAT, and when you kill them on that specific map, see where they spawn. If you know, I mean, it's fairly easy to judge where people are going to spawn in this game. They're not going to spawn in like the middle of nowhere. They're going to spawn at the back of the map. That's a given. They're going to spawn at the back of the map on any map. They're going to spawn at the back either side. But you wanna really sort of focus on the ones that tend to be sort of towards the more centre of the map. And once you can work them out, and then you go back on multiplayer, you can work your way around the map, knowing that there's possible spawn points near you, and just watch out for them. Sort of maybe have your back to the edge of the map so that people can't spawn behind you as well. Things like watching your UAV, well, watching your minimap, they're a must. They are a must if you really want to improve. You have to look at that. Have to have a look at that minimap, even if it means going into a game of combat training online and just not even looking at your screen. Just look at that minimap the whole game and work out where they all are, where they all are off of that. And yeah, that is a real must. Always look at your minimap, because if you're not looking at your minimap, then you're not going to know where they are. Obviously, if someone shoots without an unsilenced weapon, they sharp as a red dot behind you, and you don't look at your minimap, then they're just going to kill you. Whereas if you was to look at your minimap constantly and you see that red dot, you can spin around and drop them before they sort of have a chance to kill you. And that's even more effective if you're using a silencer as well. So things like that, little things like that. Unusual lines of sight that you can possibly find when you're sort of going around the map. Anything like that, any sort of things like that. And don't really stop moving. If you sort of, you can patrol an area, I suppose. There's nothing wrong with that. You can sort of navigate around a little sort of section of the map, and obviously if you keep moving different places each time, they're not going to expect you to be there, and you can pop them off as they're going to where you was before. I mean, that's a good one as well. So a few tips there, but if you want to know some more, then message me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.